Get curious! Some years ago, if you heard screaming in a bar, it could have been the Super Bowl or just the season finale of Game of Thrones. The most famous series of dragons in recent years was a phenomenal-like reality scene, bringing together millions of people around the world to create theories and to repeat some of the famous lines of the series. More than 10 years at the beginning of the series and 8 seasons, how is the cast of this series so important to pop culture? What have they been up since the end of the series? That and a little more is what we're going to discover now. So, let's try to save Earth before winter comes.
If a girl says her name, the man will give her eyes back.
A girl has no name.
Starting with Maisie Williams, the actress made her debut in the role of Arya Stark in Game of Thrones, for which she won a few awards. Since the series ended, she has had other high-profile roles, including the comedy drama 2 Weeks to Live, the animated series Jam, Luck, and the biographic series Pistol, which tells the story of Sex Pistols guitarist Steve Jones.
Wait to go home. The capital's not for everyone, I suppose. Does your mother like it here?
Natalie is well known for her portrayal of Margaery Tyrell in Game of Thrones and Anne Boleyn in The Tudors. Dormer also appeared in the Elementary series and played Cressida in the science fiction adventure films The Hunger Games. Her last work was in the series Penny Dreadful, City of Angels. Aquaman star Jason Momoa played the Dothraki king Khal Drogo. To show the producers that he was Khal Drogo, at the audition he performed the haka, a traditional New Zealand Maori war dance. Jason Momoa is currently filming the upcoming Fast and Furious movie, Fast X, and has also signed on to star in live-action Minecraft movie. The Northern World's favorite bastard, Jon Snow is played by Kit Harington. The actor also developed, produced and starred in German series Gunpowder and joined the Marvel Cinematic Universe in Eternals. Kit is reprising his role as Jon Snow in a new sequel to the fantasy franchise, which will be character-centric and set to take place after the events of Game of Thrones.
I choose violence.
Lena Headey gained international recognition and acclaim for her portrayal of Cersei Lannister. Since the end of Game of Thrones, the actress has also started trying to direct, making her short film The Trap in 2019 and directing music video for artists like Freya Williams and Madeon. In the music video for You Mean the World to Me, she directed her co-star Maisie Williams.
I did not do it. I did not kill Joffrey, but I wish that I had.
Peter Dinklage plays Tyrion Lannister, for which he won an Emmy for Best Supporting Actor and a Golden Globe Award for Best Supporting Actor in 2011. Dinklage has also starred in the horror comedy Night of Battlesdon, as well as the critically acclaimed The Three Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. One of his last roles was as Dr. Phil Lauder in the movie American Dreamer.
You know nothing, Jon Snow.
Rose Leslie is a Scottish actress who became famous as Gwyn also in the drama series Downton Abbey and in the role of wild and insolent Ygritte alongside Kit Harington, who now is married with her. In 2019, Leslie was cast as Louise Burgett in adaptation of Agatha Christie's novel Death on the Nile.
If the Queen Regent and her son meet them, I'll give them peace. If not, I will litter the South with Lannister dead.
Richard Madden plays Robb Stark in Game of Thrones, but is also known for his role as David Budd in the miniseries Bodyguard, which brought him international recognition, including a Golden Globe. Madden also played the Eternal Icarus in the MCU, and his latest project the upcoming Amazon Prime spy series Citadel.
She's not our queen because she's the daughter of some king we never knew. She's the queen we chose.
Natalie is known for her role as Missandei, the smart, sweet and pretty translator of Daenerys in Game of Thrones. Maybe her most famous role besides Game of Thrones is as Ramsay in the Fast and Furious saga. Her last role was as the main character Evie in the upcoming horror thriller The Invitation.
Women and children burned alive. Would you have done it? Would you have kept your oath then?
Danish actor and producer Nikolai Coster-Waldau became widely known for his role as Jaime Lannister. He most recently played Chaz Vincent Jones on the crime drama podcast Radio Man. Besides that, he also starred in the adventure drama movie Against the Ice as Einar Mikkelsen in 2022.
What is dead may never die!
Thought he'd never shut up.
Known for playing the unlucky Theon Greyjoy in Game of Thrones, Alfie Allen recently made his Broadway debut. After the series, Alfie also played Isaac Pincher in the series Harlots and Brad Collins in The Murders at the White House Farm. His next work, Sass Rogue Heroes, is in post-production and will debut later this year. Isaac Hampstead Wright made his film debut in The Awakening, but his big break came when he played Bran Stark on Game of Thrones the same year. He also voiced Egg in the animated film The Box Trolls, starring the crime thriller Close Secret, and his last work was in the science fiction film Voyagers.
I want you to let her see Marcella's resting place. I am the king.
You are.
After playing the minor role of Matching Lannister in the third season of Game of Thrones, Dean Charles Chapman replaced actor Callum Warry in the lead role of Tommy Baratheon, the young king of Westeros. He also starred as the lead in the 1917 film that was a movie that received 10 Oscar nominations, winning 3 of them.
Itorko nodo saji broji, esbezi ejitovi. Deneris germasmo, jiteptas, jiderve.
Jacob Anderson is a British actor and musician. In Game of Thrones, he plays Grey Worm, and as a musician, he used the pseudonym Raleigh Ritchie in honor of his favorite characters from the Royal Tenenbaums. He recently joined the cast of Doctor Who and was also cast as Louis de Pont-du-Lac in the series Interview with the Vampire.
Your Grace, do not destroy the city you came to save. Do not become what you have always struggled to defeat.
Colin here is a Northern Irish actor, and he played the role of the enigmatic and smart Varys. He has performed on stage productions in UK, Ireland, Canada, and US, and he has won 2 Laurence Olivier Awards. Now with much more hair, Colin is currently starring the series Holding in the role of Sergeant PJ Collins.
I hate bad investments. Really, I do.
Peter Baelish, or just Littlefinger, is played by Irish actor Aidan Gillen, for which he received his second Irish Film and Television Award nomination. Aidan has also starred in Maze Runner and appeared in the 4th season of Peaky Blinders as a Berama-goat. Gillen's most recent role is as Butler in the series That Dirty Black Bag.
How do you answer these charges, Lord Baelish?
Sophie Turner is now Sophie Belinda Jones after the marriage with the singer Joe Jonas from Jonas Brothers. The actress made her acting debut in the role of Sansa Stark in Game of Thrones. Sophie also starred in The 13th Tale, the action comedy Barely Lethal, and played Jean Grey in X-Men. Her last work was in the miniseries The Staircase as Margaret Ratliff.
Dracarys.
Emilia Clarke had her permanent role as the unforgettable Daenerys, the Mother of Dragons. During Game of Thrones, she also played the iconic heroine Sarah Connor in Terminator Genesis and appeared in Solo, a Star Wars story as Kyra. Emilia hasn't acted much since Game of Thrones ended, but rumors say she's joining the Marvel Cinematic Universe in the series Secret Invasion. For those who missed the Game of Thrones universe, maybe the new House of the Dragon series can be a way to ease the withdrawal from the world of George R.R. Martin. And while he continues to start to finish the last book, you can take the opportunity and not stop to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. On top of everything, you will still be helping to save Earth from an alien invasion, and a world dominated by aliens won't have Game of Thrones anymore. Well, once again it's time to say goodbye before the Korean army finds me here. See you in the next video. Over and out.